it is a hospitality business. So it is not necessarily a rental business. People are there to enjoy their vacation. So if you say you have coffee, make sure that you have coffee. Make sure you're restocking your supplies. If you have a hot tub, make sure that you are cleaning that hot tub on a regular basis. Make sure that the filters are clean. You need to run it like a business because one or two bad reviews can
Yeah.
really screw you up, especially in a saturated market.
Welcome to the Real Estate Pros Show, where we interview real estate investing professionals from coast to coast, as well as the service providers that serve the real estate investing industry. Our goal is simple: share what's working now to help you improve and scale your business to the next level and meet the pros that can help you get there. Real Estate Pros is powered by Investor Fuel, America's leader in helping real estate investors and professionals build the business you need to live the life you've always dreamed of. Let's start today's show. Property insurance for real estate investors doesn't have to be difficult, but it does need to be there to protect you when you need it. MyInvestorInsurance.com not only provides insurance at 15 to 30% cheaper than traditional agencies, it's built specifically for real estate investors like you. You can set up an account in about 2 minutes, get quotes on properties, turn on and turn off insurance for your fix and flip or rental properties in around 2 minutes without having to talk to anyone directly, all through our portal. There's no better way or faster way to make sure you've got the coverage you need to protect you, and no more lengthy policies either. Once you're set up, you're billed monthly and prorated by the day for however long your policy is active. It's powered by MSI, the third largest independent MGA, with 1.5 million customers and more than $1 billion in cumulative premiums written. Get set up today in about 2 minutes at myinvestorinsurance.com/fuel.
Hey folks, welcome back to the show. Today we're joined by Catie Lawrence, a realtor, investor, fix and flipper, house hacker, Airbnb superhost based in Frasier, Colorado. Katie's passionate about helping people build wealth through real estate, whether that's finding their home, placing tenants, or scaling into investments. Alongside her husband, she's actively investing and also building a custom home while living a lifestyle centered around the outdoors, from mountain biking and skiing to backcountry adventures. Welcome to the show, Catie.
Thank you so much for having me, Dylan. I'm really glad to be here.
Now, you're involved in a lot, right? Agent, investor, house hacker, Airbnb superhost. What's it like day to day involved in all these segments?
Yeah, that's a great question. Day-to-day changes, which is part of the beauty of real estate, right? You can really go anywhere you want. So day-to-day, I typically because I'm an investor as well as an agent, I am actively looking at the market. Currently, I have 2 listings on, so I'm actively managing them, showings and all of that. But I also manage my 4 long-term rentals as well. So depending on what's going on, fingers crossed, not a lot of management goes into those. Um, but as you know, as an investor, it's all about systems and making sure that you're front loading the work. So day to day is really, I try to get an adventure in every day, try to enjoy the mountains. Again, because I'm also an agent, depending on if I have listings, if I have buyers, it really does change, which is not a very solid answer, but that's the beauty of real estate. I really got into this for the autonomy, for the
Yeah.
independence of my time. So
There's always going to be some level of, juggling with real estate. But one of the abilities that seems like you've really dialed into is the ability to pivot, right? Because when one thing may be hot, you can ride that out. But then when that maybe dips or when the market shifts, you have to go into some other segments. And I think as a realtor myself in Texas, we're starting to see kind of a shift towards more people realizing they can't just be a, you know, one size fits all realtor. Maybe that's the wrong term. They can't just do one thing and say, this is my widget. They have to maybe work with investors. They have to maybe looking into some other segments of real estate. It's just very difficult for people to do the same thing for 5, 10 years.
Oh, absolutely. And because we were down in Denver Metro for about 9.5 years and then moved to a mountain town here in Frasier, I kind of had to pivot. Now I'm in a luxury market. The medium home price is almost $1 million in this in this environment. Down in Denver, it was about 530,000 a single family. So now I'm in a luxury home market.
Stop living on an island and join the #1 mastermind in America for professional real estate investors. Investor Fuel is a community of hundreds of the nation's top investors working together to build stronger businesses and better lives. In addition to the amazing community of real estate investors acting as a board of advisors for one another, Investor Fuel members have access to 100% funding on purchase and repairs for our members only, a health insurance program, and benefits and discounts that more than pays for the membership of most of our members, meaning it's actually costing you money to not be a member of Investor Fuel. If you're looking to scale your business and build a business that allows you to live the life of your dreams, please visit investorfuel.com today and book a call with our team.
It's very saturated with agents, as you can imagine. So I pivoted into leveraging my knowledge with midterm rentals, with short-term rentals. So I started helping people who are out of state manage their own portfolios from a distance. So I think leverage and pivoting, if you cannot do that in this business, you might not make it. And I know that sounds very harsh, but pivoting, understanding the market where you are, because it's very different. I'm an hour and 20 minutes from Denver, and the market here is way different than Denver. So I had to learn what the market was doing up here. I mean, square footage pricing, it's almost 800 a square foot. I mean, we're building a mountain house, so I know these numbers, but down in Denver, very different. It moves a lot faster. Up here, it's a second home market. So again, pivoting, like that's the name of the game.
I mean, like, look, you mentioned Frasier being drastically different from Denver. And I think when people think about the luxury market, oftentimes they might not realize, there's luxury all over, right? And so
Absolutely.
there'll be luxury in certain segments of Colorado where, you have to have really granular knowledge of the Frasier market. And that's why they even say, if you're going to be a realtor, you really need to know that area, like your backyard. And so going from Denver to Frasier, you mentioned the increase in the cost of these homes, but also are there investors who are flipping in Frasier? And what's that like? What's a flip look like in Frasier?
Yeah, so it's a lot harder to do. I think location matters greatly here. So if you are closer to the actual resort, Winter Park and Mary Jane Resort is about 8 minutes from where I live. You can definitely find older homes. There's a lot of building going on right here, which is great, which means there's a lot of older homes that are sitting. So I don't see flipping so much as rehabbing. So we're going to fix a bathroom. We're going to, update the kitchen. Because people, that lock in rate effect happens in the mountains as well. I think I have seen over the past year, a lot of people are pulling the homes that are not selling and rehabbing them. So I think there's a great need for good contractors up here, because it's mountain time, so it's a little slower. People are a little slower. There's not as many people doing that kind of work up here. So I think that is the next wave of opportunity here in Frasier.
What's the reception in that market for short-term rentals? Are, the locals happy to have as many short-term rentals as people want to put out there?
Absolutely. I think this is one of the most friendly short-term rental markets in the mountains in Colorado. There's a lot of moratoriums in some of the other mountain towns. Breckenridge, I know, has moratoriums. Again, it's just a very friendly market. That being said, that means it's very saturated. So there are tons of short-term rentals. In the boom over COVID, people wanted to be out and about in the mountains. So investors came and bought a lot of things up. And I think the town is okay with that. It's just now they're sitting. A lot of them are sitting. So you really do have to dial into what's happening from a town perspective. Are there events going on? This
Yeah.
has been a very slow snow season. So if you're not adjusting prices, if you're not kind of dialed into what your short-term rental is and, what the price per night is, um, it's gonna sit. So it's very saturated here.
If you're looking for consistent, high-quality leads, look no further than Investor Machine. Investor Machine isn't just another agency, it's the most sophisticated, data-driven lead generation company on the planet for real estate investors, and serves the role of being not just a lead generator for your business, but a marketing partner that is helping you achieve your goals along the way. Go to investormachine.com to learn more and schedule a call with our team today.
Now, if someone is looking at, Frasier as a destination for themselves, they're thinking about buying a place potentially for themselves as a second home, but also an investment opportunity. And they're weighing the pros and cons of putting it up as a short term rental.
Sure.
When would it make sense for folks?
Sure. So if you are thinking that, hey, I'm in Texas and I'm going to probably use this maybe a month or two out of the whole year, I would say that that is definitely worth it. There are fees involved, there are inspections involved. Obviously, that's going to happen in any market you are. Um, but if you are using it monthly, it might just not make sense for you to use it as a short term rental, or you could self-manage and just put it to friends and family. I mean, there are plenty of sites that allow you to do that, to create a little website and, put it out there just for friends and family. Um,
Yeah. That's a great point. And I think there's a lot of people who are trying to figure out how to maximize
Figure.
their short term rental. And the reality is, especially in some markets like the one you're in, it sounds like there's a lot of competition. You have to approach it from a business mindset. And if you're thinking like, okay, I'm going to be using this all the time, that's going to impact your ability to get bookings. Your calendar's not going to be as clear. Also, in general, you might not that might bleed into other aspects of the business, changeovers and so forth. Specifically as a super host, what distinctly separates good operators and folks who have successful Airbnb listings versus folks who may put something on there and doesn't get a lot of traction?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think you hit it earlier, managing it like a business. Even if you're going to be using this, people are renting this. It is a hospitality business. So it is not necessarily a rental business. People are there to enjoy their vacation. So if you say you have coffee, make sure that you have coffee. Make sure you're restocking your supplies. If you have hot tub, make sure that you are cleaning that hot tub on a regular basis. Make sure that the filters are clean. You need to run it like a business, because one or two bad reviews can
Yeah.
really, really screw you up, especially in a saturated market. Again, the nightly price matters greatly too, and I'm not saying give it away for free, but looking at what's available in your area, making sure that you understand how many more, rentals are in the area, and understanding where you sit from a price per night perspective. I think that's really important too, just having a dial in approach and running it like a business.
Are you seeing developers, and I know you're involved in this as well, are you seeing builders look into like these treehouse builds that look super stunning and beautiful? I've seen this in Oklahoma. Are you seeing any of that out there?
So I'm not seeing any of the tree houses, but there have been people who are building, yurt-like structures on their property. Again, because it's such a saturated market, it is cool to, kind of set yourself apart. And that's where I think location comes in. I mean, real estate is all about location, location, location. So the closer you are to the resort, the closer you are to town and walkability, we're seeing the price per night jump um, from a short-term rental perspective. So if you're close to all of the action, walkable into town, I think that's really what sets people apart as well.
Now, this time of year, we're talking it's April 1st today. Is it a time of the year where it is actually getting busier? Because I've heard, spring skiing is lovely out there. Or is this at this point, the end of the winter snowing season and it's getting less busy?
If you're a new or newer real estate investor looking to launch or grow your real estate investing business, please check out Investor Fuel Club. It's a coaching community, but unlike anything you've ever seen before. And you can actually partner with members of our mastermind from coast to coast on deals right in your market. There's no better opportunity to build a consistent business than to literally partner with pros to help you avoid costly mistakes, avoid the need for capital to do deals, and help you eliminate your fears as you're starting your business. Learn more about Investor Fuel Club at investorfuel.com/club.
Yeah, so we call this the shoulder season. Typically, April's still pretty good for skiing. In years past, people have booked through the end of April for these ski houses because it's been such a low snow year. I'm seeing it slow down immensely with a few of the short-term rentals that I manage. That being said, this is where pivoting comes into play. I manage a midterm rental for a client, and this is when those 30 plus day stays come into play. If you can
Yeah.
pivot your short-term rental into a 30 plus day stay, you might not have the vacancy that others will. And yes, that means you'll probably have to drop your nightly rate, give discounts on monthly, but I think that this is a pivot that not a lot of people talk about, and I get it. You want to get that, the most bang for your buck, but if you're able to pivot during shoulder season, because they can be very long. They can be from April, May to like mid-June. So you're talking almost 2 months of not a ton of action.
Yeah, and I've heard people who almost intentionally look to have their calendars clear in multiple markets for that reason. They might get a 2-month booking out of nowhere and say, okay, well, that's, going to pay for itself,
Huge.
right?
Yep.
And so part of it too is it is almost a seasoning period with Airbnb and other platforms, from what I understand, where you might have to wait a little bit to get into the on ramp of now you're searchable, you've got some reviews, you've got some
Yep.
momentum. All it takes is that one booking, right? Now you got 2 months booked out. That's going to be a good review if you can get it right. That's how you start getting the ball rolling, right?
Absolutely. And making sure that you're on multiple platforms. I mean, Furnished Finders, the UI of that is terrible, but I've gotten all of my bookings for my seasonal rental that I manage from Furnished Finders. People are going there for those longer term. So if you're trying to pivot, don't just rely on one platform. There's Facebook groups about this. That means a lot more work for you, right? You're actively managing it. And a lot of people don't have time to do that. That's where somebody like me can come into play, find somebody local who knows the market, who can do this for you, or do it yourself. But definitely making sure that you're on multiple platforms helps.
We are coming up on time here, Catie. Any new projects that you're working on? And then as well, what's the best way for folks to reach out to you?
Yeah, so our new project is a mountain build. We fixed and flipped for 10 years down in Denver, and now we are building our own mountain house. My husband is GCing it, which means that we're saving hundreds of thousands of dollars because he's a builder as well. But we will actually have a ADU on that property, so we will have that as an income producing property. So we are getting into the mountain scene by building that. So that is super exciting. And then if people want to reach out to me, I'm very active on Instagram. So Catie Lawrence, Happy Homes. I'm all over Instagram.
Catie, thank you so much for your time today. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for joining us for today's Real Estate Pros Show. You can learn more about the amazing benefits of the Investor Fuel Mastermind community, including surrounding yourself with hundreds of other rock stars, 100% financing for your deals, and members-only discounts from vendors you're likely already using that, as a member of Investor Fuel, will save you more than the cost of your membership. Visit investorfuel.com to learn more. If you're interested in joining us as a guest of this show, please visit investorfuel.com/pros to apply. You can also check the show notes for access to free resources, how to get access to world-class lead generation, and much more. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another episode. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next show.